Good morning, Discord. Let's get into it. Okay, so we had a beat for Nvidia on their earnings. We see that the spike up to about 95.33, and after that it kind of fizzled. So let's see what they want to do. Let's see what they want to do. All right, before we get started, do not consider this financial advice. Trading stocks involve risk. The owner of the channel, the traders that appear in the broadcast, and their affiliate companies are not liable for any losses inflicted in relation to its content. Once you're done reading that, go to livespytrading.com. I will get you sorted. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. If you want to make a quick buck today, hit the like button. If you don't hit like, it's gonna be bad for you. I'm just kidding. You'll be fine. But be a good person. Let me know if someone's out there listening to me. Here we go. Let's let this opening drive go by. So the bottom of this lick box, this major lick box right here, I'll tighten it up. You can see that there's a little bit of overlap here, and over here there's a little gap. So these areas could be a little hectic. It may not be clear direction, so we got to see what they do. But this opening candle, bearish. We're at the water line on the 5, and we're above the water, maybe starting a bear cycle on the 30. But let's be patient. We're gonna wait for our entry. I think today is gonna be okay. I think we're gonna be all right today. All right, let's see where they want to grab liquidity from. This area right here is gonna be interesting. So I want to see if we get down here, what they do here. Let's see if we form another one of these somewhere over here. I'll leave it off for right now. Just let it play out. All right, we got the 5 at 88.91. The 20 at 88.24. These are right next to each other. However, we do have price, the 5, the 20, the 200. Technically an uptrend, right? Let's check on VWAP. Where's good old VWAP? All right, we're below VWAP. VWAP's right here. We're a little bit below VWAP. So let's see. Let's see if they test VWAP and test this purple at the same time. Or if we continue down to this area right here that I'm interested in. What level? Okay, that's right over here on this key level right here. So let's see if we test this key level. If we test this key level, we're gonna look for put entries, like this. From this point here, your safety puts, safe quote unquote, has to be underneath the 20. Quote unquote, your safety puts have to be underneath the 20 MA. Now I'm interested to see what happens up in here. This is what I want to see what we're gonna do right here. If we get above, what is this? 92.83 ish. If we get above this, we gotta look the other way. We got 3 minutes on this candle. All right, so we got the 5 within striking distance, right? So we need certain things to happen to give us an idea of if they want to go test it. Certain things need to happen if they want to test the 5. If we can get a retest, you see how this candle structure is here. If we can get something similar over here, I'd like that, right? To dip down, retest it nice like that, and then reject. That'll be nice. I'm not saying it's gonna look exactly like that. I'm just giving you what would be ideal. If we get down below this and then we see this type of candle structure, that'll be nice. Fourteen seconds on the candle. you're waiting for the break and retest of this lick box, wait for it. Remember, if we get above this 92, if we get above this lick box here, we gotta look the other way. All right, protect this trade. You gotta protect this trade. Okay. We can get one more little drop. I'll put the mascot up. One more little drop. If you're waiting for the break and retest of this lick box, wait for it. Now let's see if we get a weak, what do you call it, bull cycle here. If we get above, what is this? The top of this lick box, we need to start looking the other way. We have 4 minutes on this candle. Still inside this purple. It's gonna give us a chance to test this blue. We haven't tested anything yet. Two minutes on the candle. Full disclosure, I don't know that this blue is actually a thing. We're about to find out. So, testing phase, research and development. We like data. We like data. Got about 1:45 on the candle. See if they can get us to 90.26 down here. About a minute on the candle. Yeah, I think they're gonna respect this blue. It just barely, but it closed back up inside on this candle. Back up inside on this candle. So let's let this, let me make a minor adjustment. I'll leave it right here. Let's let this, see if it wants to. Well, first let's let this finish. Let's see if this is gonna go. If not, then we have to wait for this. If not that, then we gotta look the other way if it gets up here. Got about 3.5 minutes on this candle. Easy money, right? Now protect your trade. Protect the trade. The break, the retest, the reject. Protect your trade now, okay? Don't get greedy. Do not get greedy. Bang. See how much? I'd really like to hit 90.26. That'd be nice. That would be nice. Still inside purple. I'm just going to clean up the chart just a bit. It'd be nice to get to 26. Got about 7 seconds on this candle. Showing oversold. Let me clean up the chart. Let's see what they want to do. Brand new candle right here. Let's get to 90.26. Please, come on. A little more. A little more. That's all we need. Just a little bit more. Okay, now you start to adjust your stops, right? This is what I was talking about yesterday when I said level by level. If you looked at my there we go. Look at this money. There it is. Look at the money. Look at the chart yet, or the post that I made yesterday after hours when I was showing you level by level. When I'm saying I want to hit 690. That means, this is the next level. So I'm gonna hold for this level. Now I can move my stop. When we got a little bit of room, I said protect your trade. Right? Protect the trade. Now we're down here. Now you adjust your stop. Easy money. There it is. I told you today was going to be okay. I told you today was going to be okay. Yesterday, fine. Today's a new day. Easy money. Easy money. Also, listen to the verbal cues I gave you. I told you, if we get above this, then we got to look the other way. Meaning your stop probably should have been up here. Or your stop should have been here when I did this one over here. That was another one you could have done for a more conservative one. So if you're stopping yourself out at the key level, I'm not sure why. You gotta let you can't let the one. We gotta go level by level, right? So if we broke this level, we see rejection. Remember I told you we want to look for something that looks like this. You see this right here? Look at this right here. I mean, it's not exact, but gosh darn, it looks pretty similar. When you see this, the rejection of this, that's your cue. Sorry, excuse me. What am I having? Alzheimer's? That's your cue. So I want to give you some visual representation of what to look for. You see this? Right here. Same thing. Same thing. Now, if you chased it too quick and you didn't allow the next level to hit, there's nothing we can do about that. I know I did it a few times yesterday. So I get it. But I knew today was going to be exactly how it is. I already knew. Now just don't overstay your welcome. Right? We hit the next level. All we can do is go level by level. And this play that I drew from, I don't know how long ago. This one, we'll call this one. We'll wait for the next setup now. Let me just clean up the chart. It's too easy. It's too easy. And then at this point, let's say you took the trade, whatever it is, you got to be okay with calling it a day. Instead of just thinking like, oh, I missed that play, I'll get the next one. You see what happens like yesterday, right? It was an annoying grind. It did the move and then an annoying grind in a direction. This was a good move though. All right, so now we have, here, let me, I'll leave that one there. Let me put this one here. So now we got to worry about this one here, right? So if we get above this, then you look the other way. Until then, still in the play, right? We got to this level. It looks like they may be rejecting. So you adjust your stops now. Now that you're at this level, you just allow the play to play out. That's all I'm saying. If you're happy with key level, take it at key level. If you want to wait for the break of the what do you call it? The selling channel, then you can get on the break of the selling channel. Nothing wrong with that. This has 4 minutes on it. I'm actually gonna adjust this. Now that we got more data, we can use this data to our advantage. Now we got more data. All right, we got the 5 in striking distance. You need to figure out, are you willing to hold, or do you want to take your money? This is what you need to figure out. At this point in time, you need to figure out your life. Now the candles are starting to be engulfing candles, so hostile environment. Still below the water. See what they want to do. If you decided to do exit strategy 2 or 3, you're still in it. You're still in it if you did exit strategy 2 or 3. I like how we see the break. Here, look. I think this candle here would be a more significant break on the 5-minute chart. This 945 candle. The retest with the 950 candle, and the rejection with the 955 candle, right? So that's what I was telling the Discord. If you're waiting for the break, retest, and reject, especially around this level that I circled right here, easy money. Now you figure out your life, right? You know, should have on a perfect day entered right here, right? But you know, somewhere around here you probably entered, and then you let the winner win. You follow whatever exit strategy you wanted. This one right here, this candle would have been exit strategy 1. But if you're doing exit strategy 2 or 3, you're probably still in it. And then look, we went level by level. This blue didn't really form, so I can't put it here yet. It didn't form. In other words, I don't know that it's going to be there, so I'll be a little reckless. It'd be a little reckless to put that there, and then I think people are going to say, oh, he put a blue, let me go ahead and go in. Like, you know, the play was up here, right? The entry was up here. So to go in now, you're buying puts at the bottom. You don't want to do that. Right? The entry was when I did... Hold on, let me clear the chart. The entry was when I did this. So, you know, your entry's got to be on the break, the retest. And I even told you what to look for. Look for this pattern. Here goes the pattern. The break, the retest, and the reject. So now you don't want to buy puts on the bottom. That's all I'm saying. Now, if you have a bias that, okay, it's most likely going to hit the 5, that's on you. From this point on, your safety puts have to be below the 20. It just has to be. All right, let's see if they want to test this liquidity box again. And then let's see if they like the flavor. If they like the flavor, they're gonna go back inside. If they don't like the flavor, they'll reject. So let's say I put this here. In all honesty, to me, this looks like thin liquidity. I'm not saying thin liquidity you can't make plays on it. It depends on the strength of the move, which, pretty strong move here, but it's thin. Deep structure would be if we pulled back up to here and then, so up here in thin liquidity, because it, we wanted to pull back a more significant pullback. But on the thin structure, what you have to consider is how strong is the move. All right, if you took this blue, don't overstay your welcome. I'm even telling you where to put your stops, right? If we get so you can use these lick boxes as maybe, it actually played out just the way I said it. All right. All right. This played out exactly as I said it, right? Let's see if it retests at least the bottom of this lick box and reject. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Look at this money. Look at this money. Look at this damn money. I'm pretty sure I literally just said that what we want to look out for, right? If we didn't get the deep structure, then at least we want to see them retest this lick box. If they like the flavor, they're going to get back inside. If they don't, they're going to reject. 2 candles later. 2 candles later, you can't make this stuff up. No one else is doing this type of shit. No one else is doing this on the internet. If you're interested in learning how to trade with us, go to livespytrading.com. I'll get you sorted. If you had a bad day yesterday, no big deal. As long as you don't over leverage, we care about what. Look at this money. Look at the money. Oh my goodness. Break a blue again, right? Keep in mind what I was saying. I was like, look, this is thin liquidity. I get it. At least you want to see it retest the lick box and then reject. Minimum. If not, you want to see a deeper pullback. That all depends on how strong the move is. This is, look at this. Look at this money. And if you had a bias to the upside, there you go. This is why we don't trade with bias. That's exactly why we don't trade with bias. When I told you the break of this blue, let's see if it gets us to 690.26, game over. When I put this lick box here, I was showing you where your stops need to be. If we get above this, look the other way. Minimum, we want to see a break and retest of this. This could have been, look at this money. All right, hold on. I need to adjust my stops. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm still here. I gotta focus for a second. The next level is at, we're on the next level, right? And you got the 5 and the 20. Hold on, let me, now I need to figure out my life. Let's see what we want to do. Okay. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look. Hey. All right, we had a good day. I told you, don't worry about yesterday. I told you today was going to be, let me not say easy. I knew today was going to be like this. I knew it. I absolutely knew it. I said it in the beginning. I said, we're going to be okay today. I knew it. And it's only because of experience, not because of anything else other than experience. You're going to get that experience too, but let me guide. Look at do not consider this financial advice. Trading stocks involve risks. Owner of the channel, the traders that appear in the broadcast and affiliate companies are not liable for any loss inflicted in relation to its content. Once you're done with that, go to lightspytrading.com. If you're not convinced by now, on the break of our blue, simply amazing. I'm even showing you where your stops need to be. There's nothing more I can do. Hold on, let me figure out my life. Hold on, I gotta focus right now. Look, now we have, it looks like the 5 is below the 20. Just slightly, but okay. Give me one more. I'm literally holding my breath for no reason. I don't know why I'm holding my breath. I didn't even know I was holding my breath until I had to take a breath. Come on. Look at the money. Look at the money we just printed. So I told you, don't over leverage yesterday. You're fine. Today is gonna. This is what I'm talking about. The home runs will come. This is exactly what I'm saying. I think I even wrote that yesterday. This is what I'm talking. The home runs will come. Look at this money. I love you too. Don't worry. Oh, hold on. Let me Oh my goodness. Okay. Look at this money. Oh my goodness. I told you don't worry about yesterday. All right, next level. Okay. Let's look out for, what the shit is this? 85.90-ish. Actually, no, we're coming up to it right now. 86.46 is one stop. Next level we're looking for is 85. What is this? 85.87, 85.90-ish. We're at the next stop right now. We're currently at the next stop, so tighten up your stops. You can't make this up. Look, listen, my 30-minute chart, very valuable. My 30-minute chart is extremely valuable chart. This is Hold on, let's go. Hold on, I need to focus real quick. Look at this, Munyon. Oh. No, that's a smart thing, Solitaire. That is exactly the smart thing. The home runs are going to come, brother. You don't even have to worry about it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's not even a question of if. We don't have to question that. Look at this. Hold on. Next level. Okay, we're at next level right now. Oh my goodness. Please. Yes, I need this. Look, yesterday we didn't take a loss, but we got chopped up, right? Yesterday was tough. This morning I told everyone, I said, we're going to be okay today. Because here's the thing. There is a buildup to the NVIDIA earnings, right? So that's how the market reacts. It's like, we're gonna be timid. We're gonna, and that's why I said early in the, look at this money. Look at this money. If you're brand new, welcome. Welcome. Hold on, I keep hitting the wrong button. Oh, shucks. All right, we're gonna be back in the serious chop here. So, look. Oh, hold on, watch. Let me show you. This. We're back in this now. Bro, if we look at this money. Hold on. I need to focus. Look at this money. You could have paid for your entire year for subscription to LifeSpy trading in one trade. And then have some more left over for Gucci flip-flops. Look, I don't even know what else to say. The proof, if I didn't give you exact specific entries, I don't know who's doing it like this, folks. I really don't. And if you didn't hit the like button this morning, shame on you. Now you're just being greedy. God don't like greedy. God's probably not gonna like me because I'm being greedy, right? All right, we're at 85. Look, 685. That's a nice round number. Let's see. Look at this. Hold on. All right, let me focus. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to survive any weak cycle here, so I'm going to adjust my stops appropriately wherever it's comfortable for me. I'm not going to give anyone any ideas because this is an individual journey. I can only tell you the best possibilities on entries, and you know, we can do exits too, but you gotta study the lessons for the exits. That's on you. I can't go over that every single day. I'm probably going to take some off the table here shortly, though. I don't know what to do. This is the part that I hate. See, we don't have to worry about the entries. It's the exit. It's when we sell. That's the only thing not that, I mean, that's a good problem to have. Essentially, it's a good problem to have. You can't be too greedy, but okay. Okay, I'll leave my initial contract right here. And if it gets stopped out, it gets stopped out. And I'll let okay, here we go. Just need a little, I don't need a little bit more, but it'll be, there we go. There we go. Oh my goodness. And listen, when I told you, look, the 5's in striking distance, figure out who you are. Figure out who you are. Are you willing to wait for the 5 or not? If you're not, then take the money. But you know, when I'm telling you the 5 isn't, hold on. I'm here. Give me a second. Oh goodness. Come on. All right, 84.92 is low a day as of right now, so what did I tell you? We want to win the war at the end of the week. It's okay to lose a battle during the week. A Wednesday battle, no big deal. If you don't over leverage, you're gonna be fine. We're going to win at the end of the week. How do we know this? Because I've proven it since February 3rd of 2025. That's how we know. Over a year of data for you to verify for yourself. This one took me out. This one got me. This one got me. That's okay. I'm okay with that. This was look at this trade. Look at this. I have to shrink my screen. Look at this trade. How much? 91.34. Oh my goodness. 7 points. This is beautiful. Now, in my early years, I used to revenge call. I call those a revenge call, right? So whenever a move like this, and I see some motion, I would try to catch the short move up, but I don't recommend doing that anymore. But that's what I used to do. I used to like immediately stop out, buy a call, and then just put a really tight stop because I know where the stop had to be, right? I know exactly where the stop had to be, so I already had my risk easily defined. So this is what I used to do back in the day, but I don't do that anymore. Oh man. Okay, I actually need to circulate blood. Let me check on you all. Oh man. 3K, that's insane. All right, I gotta read some of these. Peaches and cream in my pants. Good to know. Done for the day. Thank you. Be done for the day. Look at Glory. Glory's never happy. Glory's greedy. Guess God doesn't. Made up for yesterday. Exactly. I told you. This is very simple. You don't have to believe me. I know I'm just a voice on the other end of your screen or whatever you're looking at, but it's not that difficult. It has to do. And look, remember what I told you this morning? I told everyone this morning, if it's going to go down, a certain thing has to happen. A certain thing must happen if it's going to go down. And that thing happened precisely. And I told you, the Discord, if you're waiting here, let me zoom in a little bit because I want to highlight this so you can understand what I'm talking about when I'm saying it. This is a perfect teaching example of how to attack this next time, because it always happens damn near every day, right? So look how we attack this. Here's our liquidity box. Let me get rid of this one real quick. Here's our liquidity box, right? I told the Discord, wait for the break. Here's the break. Because this one, it kind of broke, but it wicked, right? So this one closed. This is the closed candle. Wait for the break, the retest, and the rejection of the liquidity box. This is actually in the lessons. This is perfection. If you read the lessons, this is absolute perfection. Not only that, I even told you where I'm interested in. I circled it. This is what I'm interested in looking at. You have to imagine why the first couple minutes in the market was I saying, I'm looking at this. This is what interests me. I need to know what happens right here. This is why I'm interested. This is a very simple trade. And then even here, I was telling you, look, we got more data. We can adjust this. We're still in purple. No big deal. Along the way, I drew these other liquidity boxes to show you where your stops needed to be. This is absolute perfection. You're not going to find it any better. No one's doing it live like this. No one's doing it live. If you don't have access to the 5-minute chart, it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very difficult. And the only reason why it's difficult is because on YouTube, I get it. Today was actually very easy, right? So YouTube, TikTok, all the rest. you got one today, right? But here's what you don't see is that the actual plays are on the 5-minute chart. So because the 1 minute it's gonna look like this, right? It's gonna look funky. The 5-minute chart is gonna be it's smooth, very smooth. We know exactly what to do. It's very clear, right? I couldn't have been any more clear. That's what I'm trying to get at. I couldn't have given any better guidance and direction today. The only thing we had to watch out for was this little bit of volatility right here. This little bit, or no, it's actually up here on the initial break and retest. This little bit of volatility right here is the only thing what we really need to be cautious with. However, I protected you against that as well because I said, if we get above this, then you look the other way. I even showed you another possibility for the break of our blue. I even took away the blue at first, and I was like, it didn't form yet. Once it formed, I put it back. We had at least 1, 2. I know it may seem, we're day trading, so we got to be quick with it. But you had at least 2 full minutes. I'd even say 3. 3 full minutes to take advantage of this blue. But, we actually didn't really even need that much because we saw the rejection exactly where it needed to be. I mean, it was just too perfect. Everything was just too perfect. But if you got stopped out on the in your brokerage, it would look like a red candle. If you got stopped out on the red candle, you got to stop doing that. You got to stop chasing it so close. You got to be okay with the loss. You have to be okay with taking the loss, because if you don't notice by now, by you trying to play it too conservative and too close, you're going to keep eating your own account. So here's what my suggestion is. Let's say this is a $50 loss up here. You took the trade here. This up here is $60, right? You have to be okay with this loss. The reason why is because now we know where the setup is, right? Watch. Now, oh Jesus, hold on. Sorry, Lord. Here. Now we know where the setup is. So if you did take this loss, and if you wait for the next setup, one of two things is going to happen. Either you're going to significantly mitigate that loss, or you're going to come out on top. Okay? It has to be like that. I've done the math already. I've already done the math. Now, if we were to get in here, let's say, and chop around, I get it. You get a little, but you got to wait for the setup. And if the setup never happens and they chop around in here all day, oh well. Then you didn't lose any more money. We fight another day. This is just math. You're not going to win them all. You're not going to win them all. But if you don't follow the strategy that I'm telling you, you're working against yourself. I wouldn't be okay with all this drawdown, right? So, I stopped out. So now I actually need to go get up and circulate some blood. But if you made money, this is where you need to say, all right, are you going to be able to deal with this stuff? Look at this right here. You going to be able to deal with this? I know we see a lot of rejection wicks. If you're holding for the long run, then hold for the long run. Let's see. Next level, 83 or 84 basically, is the next level. And I don't even feel bad about this. I put in work. I put in work today. I don't need to be greedy. I put in work. Let's see if they grab liquidity off of 80. Oh, I keep hitting the 5. Yeah, 84 is the next level, so let me mark out 84 real quick. Okay, you know what? They don't want to let me go. Okay. Whatever. Okay. All right, let me retire this no, not retire, but he needs a rest. The mascot. Good job. Good job today. All right, look. Okay, so there was the logic to it, right? So if you're letting the candle scare you out, you got to stop that. You got to cut that. You got to cut that out. You got to cut it out, because today it was easy. It's not always going to be easy. Sometimes this rejection candle is going to go a little bit higher to stop you out. I get it. It happens all the time to everyone. They go a little bit more just to get that stop. They slap you in the face. They turn around. Today was a different story, though. Today was... And look, if you didn't take any trades and you feel FOMO, you can't. What I suggest you do is be excited for the future. Now that you know, now you see. It's as clear as day. I can't give you any more evidence. I cannot. And if you're not convinced by now, it's never going to happen for you. If you think that sitting on TikTok and YouTube and trying to do this off of YouTube, and you're going to make it day trading, it's never going to happen. I'm sorry to tell you. It's just never going to happen. whatever industry or whatever thing that you're good at, I don't care what it is you're good at. You know that there's the right way to go about the thing, and there's a wrong way to go about it. You know it. Whatever industry you are or whatever it is that you're good at, right? It could be collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Yu-Gi-Oh Pokemon cards. It could be that. You know, if you don't store this shit right, if you don't use this thing to store the cards, you're probably gonna mess up your card. It could be, you could be, I don't know, a respiratory therapist, and it could be like, hey, if you don't intubate this patient this way, and sometimes you just got to get that experience, like, hey, I know what the book says, but this is how this equipment works. I know what the book says, but this equipment works different. So when you hear me and I don't sound like I have the book smarts to do this stuff, I get it. I know. I don't use the technical terms. I have my own stuff going on pretty much. I get it. You don't have to, but what I want you to focus on are the results. Focus on the results. And it's for you. It is for you. But there's no more data that I can give you to make you understand how, you know, the value of joining the Discord. I just can't. Like, you know, if you go in there now, you're gonna see everyone hooting and hollering. Yesterday, dead silence. Dead silence. Because they got chopped up. Today, different story. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like, this is normal. There is no business that doesn't have expenses. There is no, and if I would like, except for like, I don't know, a daycare. Besides daycare, I don't know. But I think that hustle's dried up too. This is why we can't have nice things. They ruined it for everybody now. I wanted a daycare, but nope, can't. Okay, let's all right, let me do work. I've been doing a lot of preaching. Let me do some work. I really need to circulate some blood. You know, when I sound aggressive and angry, it's not that I'm aggressive and angry. It's just that, yeah, is it? What is it? I just want people to see what I see. That's all. I get frustrated. Like, how do you not see it? You know? How do you not see this? This is clear as day. So maybe it is a little bit of frustration. You know, sometimes I see human beings do amazing things, and then I see them do some really weird things, and I'm at a loss. Like, how can we be so amazing at certain things and so garbage at other things? Look, we can't really mess with calls until first of all above the 20, but even though I still think that's risky. Probably above 690 26. This is an important level right here. We're gonna start to look this. You know what, let's play it safe. We shouldn't be looking for any calls until above this lick box right here. I know that's a long way to go, and you're like, hey, but what about from here to here? Sure, very possible, but look at this downtrend. We can't fight the trend until we get somewhere up here. I suggest if you made money today, call it a goddamn day. Call it a goddamn day. There's no reason to sit here and play this game all day. We did the hard work already. It's only going to get harder from here. It's only going to get harder. You know, when I said it was going to be easy, that's, you know, that time has come. But it's only going to get harder from here. Thank you, DC. That's what I'm talking about. People think I'm angry all the time. I'm like, I'm not angry. Like, I don't have any anger in my mind. I just sound like that. Maybe I got, what is it called? Like when people are, when people don't know how they sound to other people. That's me. I think I'm just speaking passionately, I guess. And everyone's, I find out after the fact, everyone's like, why the shit is that guy so aggressive? What's wrong with him? Tell him to get off the steroids. And I'm like, me? Aggressive? No way. It's like totally blindsiding me. Like, how? Why do people think I'm aggressive? But I mean, I get it. If I was to hear me on the other side of the line, I'd be like, okay, I'm changing the channel. I'm changing the channel and kicking my laptop in the face because I don't like that voice. But you don't have to like my voice. You just gotta like the setups. You don't have to like the voice. There's nothing really to do in between this and the 5. There's nothing really to do. The hard work's been done. Now's not the time to FOMO. Now's not that time. This is like ugly grind territory now. This is people trying to like, oh no you don't. Let me get my money back or stuff like that. Okay, we like this. Yeah, now with all the revenge trading coming in, all the what do they call the market manipulation? That's what all this is. When we got to here, key level broke. It just the cascade right here on the break of this blue. This blue, obviously you see it, but this was before the fact. So I want to give myself that credit. This was before the fact, not after the fact. Yeah, let them figure out what's going on in here. Okay, look, I have a bad heart and I have, medication and stuff that I take. I need to go get up and circulate some blood. I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. We had a good day. We had a good day, but I'll be right back. I'm just excited right now. Okay, give me a moment. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's see what we got. Yeah, there's nothing really to do in at the 5. And look, the 5 and the 20 are right on top of each other. Shaky business right here. Shaky business right here. Yeah, there's nothing really to do here. I don't even want to say anything because this has to happen. It has to be up here. If you can't wait for this, then call it a day. Call it a day. But what we can do is keep charting. So let me put in some work. I'm gonna stop talking for a little bit. I'm gonna do some work. I'll be right back. I'm here. I'm just gonna be quiet for a little bit. Okay, look, I know it's May. Well, we still got a minute and a half on this candle. I know it may want to break this purple, which would technically be our entry. However, we got to consider we're at the 5. We're at the 5 right here, okay? The 5 and the 20. The 5 and the 20. So, yeah, you got to be careful right here. Now remember, the 20 is the center of the Bollinger Bands. So a lot of people use Bollinger for their strategy. So this is a lot of people's 50-50 right here. When I'm saying a lot of people, I mean exactly that. A lot of people use Bollinger Bands as their trading strategy. So this is where we are. We're at that 50-50. You know, our strategy says normally you'd buy a call on the break of this purple. However, it's not just because we need to have more than one thing to tell us to take a trade. The more than one thing would have to be, not only do we break this purple, but we also want to break, retest, and reject the 20. Or the 5. Yeah, it'd have to be the 5. They're right on top of each other, so both, right? They're right on top of each other. The 5 and the 20 at the same level. There's nothing really to do here. All right, let me shout out some people. All right, Jason S17, good to see you. Alexis, good to see you. Mr. Ramos, good to see you. I'm glad you all are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, let me keep working here. All right, if we want some more downside, let's look for the build in this green, and then the break of our blue here. Yeah, if we're looking for downside, we got to look for something like that. The upside technically should have been the break of this purple, but we're up against the 20, so this is the risk right here. So risk to reward, risk to reward. I'm just gonna clean up this chart just a bit, and this is why you all need to be in the Discord. So when I'm doing this type of stuff, you can actually, you know, you have access to the charts. You don't need to. You're not beholden to me constantly moving and adjusting and yada yada yada. You can manipulate the charts as you see fit. This is why it's advantageous to just be in the Discord. If you're worried about $150, this is not the right game for you. Not the right game. See, look, in the real world, this secondary liquidity would have caught us off guard in the real world. If I didn't get up and walk away or whatever I did, this would have caught everybody off guard because it formed secondary liquidity. So again, it's not just because we broke the color, right? There has to be more than one thing. It can't be, oh, well, we broke it. Sure, but you'd have needed to be really quick with it. Really quick. And then you would have had to measure your risk to reward to the next key level. If it wants to head down, we gotta look for something like this. I don't know if everyone just heard me. I said if it wants to head down, it needs to look something like this. If it wants to head up, it has to be somewhere up here. Otherwise, it's going to be really shaky. Or, not that it's going to be shaky. It could, you know, shoot straight up. Who knows? But this is just the highest probability from my purview. This is the best probability up here for a win. That's all I'm saying. So in between here, look. In my vision, from here to here is no man's land to me. Also, look how much money we made today. Look how much money we made today. I'm not even worried about this. Like, you'll get there. It's gonna take you time. It's gonna take you time. This is not a get rich quick scheme by any stretch of the imagination. It's not. But you will see the growth. You will see the progress. And it's not going to happen instantly. You may have to go a month or two before. I recommend you paper trade for a bit. And you may think, why am I going to pay $150 a month to paper trade? Because that $150 is teaching you more than it's the education. Because you can take this on forever. You can use it forever. Go ahead and try to get a degree in get a degree in anything software related. Good luck. Get a degree in anything, even finance related. Good luck. data, the data analyst, they don't need you. I put a document, I forgot what document it was. I put some document into the Microsoft Copilot thing. It went through the document and gave me all the data that I needed in like seconds. Normally I'd have to go and do a whole bunch of math and look to see, you know, on this date, this time. It does it all in seconds. They don't need data analysts anymore. Good luck. They don't need network engineers unless you're physically putting it in. They need manual labor now. There's going to be a renaissance of working with the hands. There's going to be a renaissance of that. Watch. All right, they moved the algo. They're using green now, okay? Now they're using green. Oh, shucks. I'll use a different color for you guys. I'm telling everyone right now, they shifted the algorithm. Now we need to adjust to that. Now we got more data, right? We got more data. We like data. Data's good. I'm gonna erase some of these green lines just because it looks a little hectic there. So Discord, you're gonna need to figure out how to translate or overlay your 5 minute and 1 minute together. I still like blue. Blue's still a thing. Also, just so everyone's aware, I'm gonna get out of here a little bit early today. We still got some time. But I need to end the stream a little early today. And the Discord, not only the stream. I'm gonna leave the Discord also a little bit early. But look, if you made money today, you really need to. We have to preserve your account. Even if you took a loss yesterday, at least you got the win today and you mitigated that loss. But there's a process to this, and it's gonna take time. So you don't have to swing for the fence on every single trade. The home runs are gonna come even on your single contracts, and it's gonna feel good. It's gonna feel good. It's gonna feel good when you stick to the plan and you see it working. Then all those hopes and dreams that you have in your head about, you know, just sitting on the beach and day trading on your phone or day trading on a laptop in some, I know those hopes and dreams. I know it. Those hopes and dreams is going to take time. And if it's worth it to you for that to happen, then it's going to cost money. That's the truth. You're going to get what you pay for. You're going to get what you pay for in life. With anything you can think of, you're going to get exactly what you pay for. Let them figure out what's going on at the. There's nothing really to do in front of the 20 and the 5. There's a lot of liquidity here. There's plenty of liquidity. Everyone's like, oh no, you know, Everyone in the, well, not everyone, but a lot of people in the world were like, wait a minute, Nvidia had a beat. Why did this happen? Now they're trying to get their money back. Now they're scrambling, revenge trading. But we don't have to worry about that. We already know exactly what needs to happen. Let them be our exit liquidity, okay? They have to be our exit liquidity. Let them do it for us. It'll be very clear. It'll be very obvious. We don't even really need to think too hard. All right, let them figure this out. And for those of you taking the money and leaving, that's the smartest thing you could have done. Smartest thing you could have done. Unless you could survive all this stuff and you're willing to, I think the hard work's already done. We did the hard work. We did the hard work. Now it's time to go sit on the beach in the laptop and enjoy. But those dreams, it's right there. It's just gonna take you time. And you'll see how, you'll see that the market, it does the same pattern. There's only a couple patterns it's gonna do. There's only a few. Once you learn the patterns, which is gonna take you time, that's the time it's gonna take you. No, the time is the comfort with being uncomfortable. That's what the time is. Because you gotta be uncomfortable. You gotta learn to be uncomfortable. And you gotta learn how to thrive in the discomfort. For example, when you hear me, when we were up here, no stress. The only thing I said was protect the trade, right? That means there's a trade there. That means there's a trade we needed to protect, right? What I'm saying, when we got down here, I was like, adjust your stops. Don't stop yourself out. You just need to adjust. Don't get greedy. And then once we got this, it was game over. But we're here doing it together. You know, you're not alone in this. You're not alone. We're doing this together. So in my opinion, this purple right here has a lot of liquidity. Which, I mean, sure, you know, the entry would have been here, but we have our criteria, right? We have our risk management on, let's see. And then you would have to be really on it. So 687.21. Let's see where 687.21 is. Oh wait, I passed it. Okay, so somewhere around here would have been our entry. And then, you know, your risk management to the key level. The key level is at the MAs, right? So could you have made money here? Yes, but you would have to survive a lot of BS. You just would have had to survive. So the strategy worked here, but it would have been sketchy. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I told you there's a lot right here, so let them figure out what's going on here. This is where all the liquidity is on this purple. We're on this purple and the 20 and the 5. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff happening right here. We can already see it. We can already see it. We don't even need to think. So let them clear this out. Here, watch. Look how simple this is gonna be. Gosh darn it. What our problem is, as humans, is we let the one candle tell us, we let the one candle dictate what we're gonna do. We need the data, not the one candle. The one candle can tell us something, but we need more data than that, right? So for example, I think, where the shit? This candle right here, this 950 candle. This told us everything we needed to know. This told us everything we needed to know because I told you we want to see this right here. We want to see something that looks like this. Bang. Couldn't have asked for anything better. All right, so let them figure out what they're going to do here. So now you see that this 691, not that far now. Now you're seeing it's within range. So if you're looking for proper setups, you know what it takes, right? It has to be somewhere up here. Could it go from here to here? Sure, but you're going to be dealing with a lot of stress in here. They're on the purple. They're on the 5. They're on the 20. This is, I wouldn't even mess around over here, to be honest. I wouldn't. But there's going to be some of you that don't care. They're going to be like, you know what? I know what to do here. There's going to be some of you that are automatically going to think that you're going to look at false signals or any signal to give you some, because you have FOMO. You have FOMO from not getting in here. You have FOMO from this. You have FOMO from this. When I literally gave out the exact play. You have FOMO from that. And now that FOMO is going to start to mess up your brain. It's going to mess up your brain, I'm telling you. And then you're going to be like, oh, but look at all these rejection wicks. Look at all these rejection wicks. It's going to go down. It's going to go down. Look at this big move down. Look at this drawing he has right here. That's what you're thinking in your head. But you're completely ignoring this. Or you could be the other way around. You could be like, oh, okay. Well, look, we're going to grab liquidity off of these MAs, and then we're going to head up here. You got to wait for the setup, is what I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. Remember what I said. In here, to me, is no man's land. There's nothing to do in here. That's my opinion. You know, I've been wrong before. But I got a pretty good track record. Let's check higher time frame. You can't go in on calls now. You need a pullback. You need some type of pullback for calls. You don't want to buy calls at the top. If it shoots up from here, my bad. My bad. I'm just giving you the probabilities. Yeah, obviously, inside of here, there's nothing really to do. Nothing to do inside this range. This is what we need to think about. the market just had a big move today. This is a big move, right? I think it's fair to say this is a big move. If it just fizzled out right here, that's not unreasonable to think. Hold on, let me see something. If you're taking the break of this purple, you have to chase this trade, okay? Don't let it go against you. Put a tight stop if you have to. Hopefully you're done for the day, but if you're taking the break of that purple, you need to chase this trade. Put a tight stop if you take the trade. We need a break, a retest, and a reject minimum of our moving averages. It just has to be like that. It needs to be obvious. If it shoots up from here, my bad. I'm gonna say, see, I told you so, break a purple. But you know the risk, there's risk here. I think we did all the work already. You have to remember, all the bulls from overnight are really trying to figure out, like, what the heck? You know, it's the bulls that are trying to fight this. Obviously that's true, but because a lot of people put a lot of money on Nvidia for the upside yesterday, or probably this morning. Everyone probably bought calls as soon as the market opened. Which is why I always say, we don't need to have a bias. The market will tell us. When a certain thing happens, then we'll know. Then we'll know what's going to happen. Then we know what to do when a certain thing happens. Look, if you took the break of this purple, you got to protect this trade, okay? That's all I'm saying. Protect the trade. If you took this purple, you got to protect your trade now. All right, adjust your stops. Adjust your stops. You should be at least, you know, this is our profit, but if you took the trade on the break of purple, you need to protect this trade. You have to watch out for the retest of the moving averages, okay? If you're not willing to wait for the retest and the reject, then you're chasing this. Put the W here as well. We'll give this one right here. I'm here. I'm just being quiet. Now, if they retest and reject, probably more ideal for a call situation. Again, I still think we're in no man's land. If they retest the 5 and then reject. If they retest the 5 and continue down, this is a stop hunt. So you want to wait for the break, retest, and reject to protect against the stop hunt. Now, if it breaks and it shoots off, my bad. My bad. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm identifying the risk for you ahead of time, so you don't have to think that much, because it's not that difficult. And eventually, you're going to hear me say the same thing over and over and over again. Now, it's going to take you showing up to work every day, or a good amount of days, to get that experience. And then you'll know, and then you'll build your own trading repertoire. Like, you know what? Last time this happened, I didn't chase it, and it went against me, and then it continued. Right? You'll know how to react to certain things, but you need to get the experience first. You need to understand: is this a stop hunt, or are they grabbing liquidity before the push up? Now you know. Now you know. You can always hold this information for the rest of your life, because it's always going to be like this. Now, a lot of you ask me how to generate the algos. You gotta, I can't. You gotta figure that out on your own. I tried before, and it's actually not. It's not a good lesson. So on that portion of the lesson, I think it's like the last 30 minutes, or no, the last like 15 minutes on that lesson. Go ahead and ignore that. Skip it. Don't even play it, because it doesn't make any sense. I tried though. I really did try. And the answer to that is just, it's experience, and it takes time. Because a lot of you, everybody asks me, how do you do that? How do you do? It's experience. That's the only thing I could say. Like, let's say you're really good with artwork, and I'm asking you, how do you draw that? Or how do you shade like that? You know, you have to have a special touch to it, and you have to develop that special touch. You have to nurture that special touch. Practice that special touch, or else it's foreign to you. And eventually, you learn how to swim, right? Eventually, you'll learn how to swim. You'll be like, I can't keep on sucking in this chlorine water. And then what do you start doing? You start kicking your feet. Oh no, I'm drowning. I need to get above water. And then you start moving your hands. Then you take that breath, and you're like, okay, now I know what to do. So the same thing with trading. You're gonna have to get that muscle memory. No different. Hold on, I'm here. I gotta take a call. All right, look. We already knew it was going to be choppy up in here, right? We knew that it was going to be choppy up in here. That's what I'm telling you. Just set your alerts up here. Just set your alerts up here, and yeah. But I know some of you, that FOMO is going to kick in, and you're going to try to take trades, and I already know it, because you're not willing to wait for the proper setup. The proper setup, which I have already displayed on the screen, this is our best bet. You know, if it shoots up from here, my bad. But do you want, here's what you gotta ask yourself. Do you want some type of repeatability, sustainability, familiarity? Or do you want to keep going off of hopes and vibes? If you want repeatable results, you need to stick to the strategy. You need to stick to it. And if I'm telling you it's going to be shaky up in here, then you got to expect that. You got to expect and be okay with it. You're making a decision as an adult. If you don't know, like, we already made our money for the day and you're still sitting here trying to do this, I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm trying to get you to, you guys are like, I'm trying to grow your accounts. I'm trying to grow it. Look, if you couldn't wait for the break and retest, then don't know what to tell you. Or if you didn't take it on the retest, I don't know what to tell you. If it goes up to here, great. If not, it's in chop. So you got to be really on the spot. You got to be Johnny on the spot with this stuff. Let's see if they get above 88, or what is it, 89 basically. Yeah, 89. See, I can't deal with all this chop. I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in it. Some people can hold, you know, some of you can hold like no one's business, but I don't like this type of stuff. And I also like to get my money and get out. It has to be up here or somewhere down here. Now, if we get underneath 84, then you let it run. If it gets underneath 84 on a break and retest, then you let it go a little bit. Just like how we had over here, if we do this break and retest, then you let it go a little bit. Especially here, then you let it go a little bit. But in here, there's nothing really to do. There's nothing really to do. You just gotta hope and pray and hold, and that's all you can do. But on a grand scheme of things, this is the middle of the water here. We're in the middle of the water. This right here, this area, is the middle of the water. So I'd say from this lick box here to this lick box here, this is the middle of the water. All right, you have to watch out for that. means we're gonna have, it's a little higher actually. There's gonna be no man's land in here. Okay, if you want access to the 5-minute chart, you gotta join the Discord. Simple, very simple. I'm gonna get up, circulate some blood. Discord, the setups are on your 5-minute chart. Okay, I'm gonna get up, circulate some blood. I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. All right, let's see if we get the strong move, the 2 green, and then the red continuation. All right, let's see if they get back inside this lick box, and then they break, retest, reject the lick box, and then we want to see again a break, retest, reject of the blue. And if we get underneath 84, then we're gonna let it go a little bit. So notice this blue, it's more than just a break of blue, right? It's gonna have to break and then do this. It's gonna have to do this. So it's not just a break of this blue. If it breaks blue and shoots down, my bad. Nothing I can do about it, but a lot needs to happen before we get there, so. Got about 20 minutes on this candle. On the 30 minute, we got 20 minutes on the 30-minute candle. We have this candle's about to close in 10 seconds. I hope everyone sees why I said if it goes up from here, maybe, cool story, but our best bet is to wait for this. If you're not willing to wait for this, then you're throwing away money. Not throwing away money, but you're risking money unnecessarily. This is what I'm talking about right here. It's happening. Or if you can, let's say it does shoot up. If you can survive all this, fine. Then you're built different than most. But if you're looking for calls before this, why? You need some data to tell you that this is a reasonable play. If I'm telling you that, we're in no man's land here, then you gotta, I got a good record. You gotta listen to that sort of stuff. Okay, I'm back. Had the telemarketer. What the heck? Remember, in between this liquidity box and this liquidity box, there's nothing really to do here, right? There's nothing to do here. We already identified this a long time ago. If you're going off of hopes and vibes and you're just like hoping, oh, well, it broke above the 20 and it broke above this and it broke in retest, maybe it's going to hit here. That's hopes and vibes. If that did happen, right? And then we get up here, then we can look for our setup. But until all this, all of that needs to happen. Look, all of this needed to happen. It simply must. Otherwise, you're just in chop. And we already identified the chop. Do you see how easy this is? I'm not saying easy, but I just want everyone to understand, like, certain things have to happen. You guys understand what I'm saying? Does everyone understand, like, okay, certain things have to happen. And I'm not going to get it right every time. And I know sometimes I'm a little conservative because I don't want you guys to waste money. And I know we don't get the 100% of the play. But the reason why I have it set up the way I do is so we can get something. And as long as we're okay with that something, we can build the account. And then when you get the multiple contracts, which some of you are probably already playing with multiple contracts, even though you shouldn't be. But then when you get to multiple contracts, even those little moves are 3-figure, 4-figure days. And then when the home runs come, it's going to hit. It's just math. I've already done the math. You don't have to think. Now, we may not get 100% of the move, but we'll get something. That's all I'm saying. And we got to be okay with something. I'm just going to slide this over a little bit. All right, Discord, protect your trade, okay? see, did it go? It's not quite 30 cents yet, so I'll wait a little bit. Didn't quite hit our 30 cents. Oh wait, no, it did. Yeah, it hit 30 cents. Okay, yeah, so this is definitely a win, right? Definitely a win. It hit our 30 cents. We still have 4 minutes on this candle, by the way. Okay. Okay. Just don't overstay your welcome. Just don't overstay your welcome. This is a win. Everyone cool? And this is why you need to be in the Discord, because the Discord, they have access to the 5-minute chart. They already knew to get in on the play. They already knew. Hey, the key level, look, key level at, what is this? Shit. 86.38, right? So level to level. So now you need to figure out what you want to do. If you're waiting for this break and retest like this, wait for the break and retest. We also want to see, let's see if it's going to be a break of this lick box, a retest of the lick box, and a rejection of this lick box. Ooh, you know what? It might need to be. Hold on, let me this is it right here, actually. Now that we got the data, now we know. This is it right here. So if you're waiting for this, wait for this. If you took the entry and you went to key level, you're going level by level. We got a minute and a half on this candle. This is the actual liquidity box here. This is the actual liquidity box here. My bad. I just need a little bit more data. My bad. Or it was actually there and my eye just glossed over it. So if you're waiting for this, wait for this. The break and retest of the lick box. See, I warned you, if you're taking this level by level, it has to be like that. It simply must be like that. All right, let's see what they want to do. Let's see what they want to do. Maybe they want to grab more liquidity off the 5 before they push down. We'll find out. But for sure, we need to get outside of this liquidity box, meaning either under or above, for sure. We got about 10 minutes on this 30-minute candle. Break, retest. Let's see if we reject the break, retest. We want to see if we reject now the blue. We got about 4 minutes, brand new candle pretty much. Three minutes on the candle. Minute 40 on this candle. Okay. All right, here's the second bite at the apple, right? So if you took this, here's your second bite at the apple. Now you need to figure out what you want to do with your life. Very simple, very easy. Same thing we talk about every day. It's always the same patterns, right? You'll see it, don't worry. Just let me do the heavy lifting and just follow the strategy. You'll be fine. You got a second bite at the apple now. Now you can figure out what you want to do with your life. Coming up to the bottom of this lick box. Let me see if I can zoom in just a bit. There's a lot of liquidity on this lick box too, right? What is this level? 86, 30 something or other. 86, 33, let's say. All right, if you took the break of blue, if you're in the Discord and you took the break of blue, now you need to adjust your stops, okay? Now you need to start adjusting your stops. First break, when you got down here, you protected your trade, meaning you minimized your risk. Now we got to where we need to be, to the next level, second bite of the apple. Now you adjust your stops accordingly, okay? I'm not saying to stop yourself out. What I am saying is to not be greedy. This whatever this level is here, they're defending it. They are defending it. We got this 3.5 minutes on this candle. Okay. No stress, right? No stress. You just gotta let whatever's gonna happen happen. Stick to the strategy, you'll be fine. Okay. Easy money, right? I told you, wait for the break, the retest of the blue and the rejection of the blue. Told you on the break of blue. If you didn't take the money by now, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. Like that's good money right there. This is good money right here. From blue, what is this? Let's say 87.10 down to 86.04. This is a full point. This is a full point in the stock market. This is good money. Like, we have to be realistic, right? One full point at a 50 delta, that's $50. That's $50. Now imagine times 10. Imagine times 10, right? It's gonna happen for you. I'm telling you, it just takes time. This is at a 50 delta. This is at least $50. Now multiply that times 10. So I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna happen for you. And we do it every day. You don't have to get greedy. Even those little tiny moves, that's plenty of money. It doesn't have to go all the way. You just have to know what's reasonable. You just gotta know what's reasonable. But even on one contract, what, $50 in, let's say, in 20 minutes. $50 in 20 minutes. Who's paying you that money? Who's paying that money? Unless you're someone who installs pool filters, or the laundry machine guy, the washing machine guy. Unless you're those people, they get paid a lot. Let me tell you, they get paid more than lawyers. There's some lawyers that don't even have a $350 an hour rate. Okay. I'm actually going to repeat that, and I'm going to repeat top. I know this is your saying, but I'm going to steal it. And you can't even say anything. No one can hear you, so they can only hear me. So they're going to think I came up with it, because I'm going to clip it and I'm going to edit it from here. Inch by inch is a cinch. Yard by yard is hard. End clip. Okay, cool. Thanks. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's funny. That's funny. All right, now look, they want to fight for whatever this level was right here. If you didn't already take your money, that full point, if you didn't already take that money at a 50 delta, there's nothing more I can do, right? If it goes on, if it goes beyond, great. But you know, the break of blue, that's our setup. The break of blue, that's our setup. I haven't told you, wait for the retest and rejection of the blue. Now, whatever happens from here, we're gonna see. This candle's got 4 minutes on it. This 30-minute, okay, we got a brand new 30-minute candle, right? So what I tell you, I told you, let's see if we get the strong move, the 2 green, and then the red continuation. I told you that way up here at 88.80. It went down to 86. This is 2 full points. This is 2 full points. There's nothing more I can do. There's nothing more I can do. Now we're below the water. You have to figure out, are you the type that can hold through the weak cycle or not? If you don't know what a weak cycle is, you got to join the Discord, because I can't explain the whole strategy every single day. Now you got to figure your life out here. All right, we got back to the key level. We want to see if we're going to break and retest inside of this lick box here. As long as you don't get greedy, you'll be fine. Imagine 50 delta, 1 full point times 10. That's $50 times 10. That's good money. That's good money for 20 minutes. Really good money. I mean, not that great because I had to buy a washer, so a whole brand new washer. That's fine. The other one was old. It was ready. It was ready anyway. Now, what you could do at key level is take some off the table, right? Take some off the table. Maybe you take 250. Now you're dealing with another. Now you're dealing with another 250 to work with. Or you know, if you had 10. Hold on. Let me back up. I'm talking about different numbers that everyone has different contract size and different deltas and all that stuff. So I was being specific to mine, but. And the reason why I'm saying don't over leverage is because once I thought I had it all figured out, and I had okay, hold on. And then I had that false sense of security, thinking I just knew it all, thinking I knew it all. This is when I first started. I would go heavy. And you know, I had to restart a few times. Because I would go too heavy, I would wipe everything out and be like, oh my goodness, why? Why? Because I went too heavy thinking I knew everything. So now I know little by little. Now I know inch by inch is a cinch. But yard by yard, that's when it gets hard. Oh man, I had to steal that one. Hopefully I don't forget it. Hopefully I don't forget it. Did you come up with that? Are you a rapper? You must be a famous rapper. Because that's $1 million rhyme right there. We got 1 minute on this candle. Top, are you Canadian? I still that's funny. Okay. All right, cool. Oh yeah, you said it the other day. No, you said it. So that's okay. Now that I figured that out, you said it, and it must be in my mind. My brother's in Canada. Shout out to my bro. Shout out to my big bro. No, he's in Toronto. Or as I say, Toronto. Toronto. Sometimes the Canadian accents, the real thick ones, like the real city thick ones. Oh, okay, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Those Canadian accents are insane. Or even some of the flexions, some of the intonations that they have. with the regular speech is kind of crazy too. Is that how you say karate? Is that what you're saying, Brian? Karate. All right, we got to see if this is going to be a weak cycle here. We're below the water. Okay, sideways. This is saying sideways. Oh, this candle still has plenty of time on it too. This is the type where you got to be like, look, I'm holding for the long run. If you're not scalping this type of stuff, you got to be, you know, if we get below here, then you let it run a little bit. But if we're still inside these lick boxes, you got to scalp. Oh, you don't have to, you know, some of you guys can hold longer than I can, but I just like to take the money. If we get back above the 20, you got to look the other way. You got to look the other way if we get above the 20. Really? Crody means Brody. Like, wow. Crody. Okay. I did not. Oh, is that for like a Canadian Brody? Or Canadian bro is a. Or Canadian Brody's a Crody? Is that what that is? I used to go when I was a kid, from the ages of 8 to 17. I used to spend all my summers in Toronto. All my summers from 8 to 17. And to me, it sounds like they're saying Toronto. It doesn't sound like they're saying Toronto. They're saying Toronto. Or maybe I should spell it like this. Toronto. That's what it sounds like they're saying. Toronto. No, I never seen Drake. I never seen Drake. All right, let's see if they're gonna get this weak cycle. This candle still has on the 30-minute chart 21 minutes, right? So this is the length of time we gotta be able to. It's the name of the game, right? If you got a thing in your head, you gotta let it play out the way it needs to play out. Above this 20, you gotta look the other way. Hopefully we took our money and just left. Hopefully. Oh yeah, Bieber's Canadian too. I was gonna say the only two famous people Canada ever produced, they're weirdos, but never mind. We got some weirdos over here too. The weirdest of the weirdos are in America. The weirdo leaders are all in America. It's like they get together and they're like, hey, you want to get weird? And everyone's like, uh-huh, shaking their head. Rubbing their hands. Uh-huh. Time to get weird. Wait, is Tory Lanez Canadian? I did not know that. Tory Lanez is not Canadian. Is he? What? I did not know that. I thought he had like a New York accent. New candle started, 4 minutes left. I'm gonna spend another like maybe 15 minutes on here. Then I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it in the Discord as well. Let's see if they. No, not quite. Not quite. We got 3.5 minutes on this 5-minute candle and 18 minutes on this 30-minute candle. They didn't want to give up. What is this? 86.33 yet. They didn't want to give up them cheeks. All right, let's see. All right, we gotta watch out for this orange, right? We want to make sure that we're not doing this. All right, let's see if we build in blue and then break the, what is this? The magenta. I'm gonna clean up the chart just a bit because it looks like a lot of Kung Fu. We got 30 seconds on this candle. Um, 15 minutes on this candle. See if that week cycle is gonna hit. Too late to put this. Just gotta let it play. Just gotta let it play. 10 seconds on this candle. So if you held for the week cycle here, now you need to start adjusting your stops, right? You're back to the second bite of the apple. Let's see if they break through this time. Let's see if this is the third time. Wait, one, two, got it. Third time's a charm. Let's see if they break it through third time. This is a brand new candle. 4 minutes on the candle. Okay. Gosh darn it. Okay, so I held runners and then this one just took out my runners. What the hell? Dang! Come on, man. That was a rookie mistake. That was a rookie mistake. I held runners all this time. I held runners and then now they just took out my. I don't even know how I let that happen. I don't even know how I let that happen. So I pretty much just got from blue back to key level. Gosh darn it, man. I held all this time. Eesh. Okay, I'm not gonna complain. That is very annoying. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. I mean, we didn't take a loss, but damn. You know, all that time to hold for nothing. For nothing. I could have just taken him here and left the stream a long time ago. Gosh darn it. Do I think Tori did it? Nah. Or, no, I don't think so. I don't think Tori did it, to answer your question. I can't believe I just got stopped out. That's annoying. So I took some off the table here. I was literally talking about it. And then I held all this time just to get stopped out on this one. Why? That's so... that's me not paying attention. I was not paying attention. It was my fault. Because the trade's protected. Like, I can't lose. So I could have at least put it... Alright, I'm gonna hang out for another 10 minutes and then I'm gonna get out of here. The only reason I even extended it as long as I did was because I was in a trade. Son of a gun. Okay. Alright, this candle has 1 minute on it. I'm gonna take some time. I'm gonna do some admin. So, yeah. I don't even know why I'm this upset, but it's because I waited all this time. That's why. I know exactly why I'm upset. I waited so long. Okay, I'm going to let me quit bitching and I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the chart. Give me a second. That's upsetting because I told myself, like, okay, you know, you got a hard time holding. You see the setup right here. You can hold. You can do it, man. You know, you keep telling myself, and then I make a rookie mistake. Once I like gain the confidence to actually do it, then I make a rookie mistake. It's so annoying. That's annoying. And then it, you know, then you get discouraged. Like, it's okay. I'm not gonna be. I mean, look, we had a great day. I can't complain. We had a very good day. Oh, hold on, wait. Here's our other one. Bang, right here. All right, so let me go ahead and go through for those who just joined, or if you're unaware of what happened. Here are the setups that we had and the wins for the day. We had a break and read test of our key level right here. It's green now, but it wasn't before. So anyways, here's our break and read test. Damn near perfection. Nothing more I can do. If you didn't get a chance to get on this play right here, then we had we identified the break of blue as being our put scenario. So the break of blue right here, we had about 2, maybe 3 minutes to react to this break of blue. I just needed some time. I need a little bit more information before I put the blue here. Once I got that information, it was easy. Let me not say easy, but I have to stop saying easy because they keep shadow banning me. And then we rode this all the way until I actually got stopped out on somewhere in here. I got stopped out for all the puts. We identified a quick scalp scenario right here for a call. We identified a quick scalp. You know, I let everyone know, hey, you got to chase this. You got to chase this. You can't let this go, because we want to watch out for the strong push, the 2 green, and then continuation in red, right? So because we're aware of this possibility, we knew we had to take profit as soon as we could on this. And then once again, our blue presented itself, and then this was a nice 1-point win. You know, it still may go if you're still holding. We're still below the water. You know, you got to hold for this one. You know, we're in lunchtime, compression time. Everyone knows what happens here, so there's no surprise. I tried to do it today, and one candle messed me up, and I wasn't able to. So it is what it is. So where were we? Okay, yeah, we had this actual blue here. So our 5-minute chart is what we like trading off of. This was the blue we used. So if we went from 87.10 down to the low, this is damn near 1 full point, 6 cents off of 1 full point. So this is a good move. And then yeah, now we're waiting to see if this shoulder plays out right here. We're waiting to see the shoulder here. We're still technically below the water. We see it's choppy right here. So this is the compression, right? This is the compression we always talk about. It's happening. So we're gonna let this play out. Nothing more we can do. But if you're interested in learning how to trade with us, go to livespytrading.com. I'll get you sorted out. Also, do not consider this financial advice. Trading stocks involve risk. The owner of the channel, the traders that appear in the broadcast, and their affiliate companies are not liable for any loss inflicted in relation to its content. Once you read and absorb and understand that, go to that website down there below, livespytrading.com. I'll get you sorted. It's going to be difficult to trade off of YouTube and trade off of TikTok because of, you know, I'm constantly doing this, constantly doing that. Your best bet is to get in the Discord, get the information, let it have lessons. You need to go through those lessons. The lessons are going to be, you know, some of the very basic stuff that you can find on anywhere on the internet. However, it's important to go through the lessons that I give, because you're going to hear me speak in my vernacular, in my language, my very specific unprofessional language for trading, for day trading, right? And based on that and you're going to need to know how I speak if you want to use the strategy. You can look to see if the strategy is working for you based on my results that I have post every single day, all the live streams. The only time I didn't live stream was maybe I took 1 or 2 days off here and there, but the only real amount of time that I took off was when I had a heart attack. I had a heart attack one time, and then the next time I actually had 2 heart attacks. So other than that, it's going to take a heart attack to stop me from doing this with you all. I thoroughly enjoy it. I'm glad you're here with me. But if you want to maximize your potential, if you want to maximize the potential, you're going to have to invest something in yourself. You're going to have to invest something in yourself, and that's either going to be in the form of time and effort. If you're not willing to spend the time or the effort, then you're not doing yourself any favors. You're wasting time. You're wasting time, and time is a valuable commodity. You're wasting time. You're never going to get that time back. So if you're sitting here thinking about should I join? Should I not join? The results are posted every single day. I have a live stream every single day, unless I have a heart attack, or I have a medical appointment sometimes. But I usually schedule those around the trading session. Anyways, if you're interested in learning, go to live5trading.com. I'm going to wait another 2 minutes. I'm going to see if the Discord has anything for me. I'm going to get that out of the way now so I can hop off. And for the record, just so everyone hears, I came up with the slogan, inch by inch is a cinch. What is it? Yard by yard is very hard. I came up with that. So see, look what's happening. And I told myself, you can do it today, buddy. You can do it. You can hold. Look what's happening, man. Come on, man. Look at this. Look what's happening. And I did a rookie. So look, and this candle only has 30 or 20 seconds left. So that means in this whole 30 minutes, the price went all the way up here. And then, unless something happens crazy in the next 17 seconds, it went all the way up here and then pushed down here. This is also in the lessons, how to play this sort of stuff, right? So in 30 minutes, we had a big, not a huge price swing, but a good enough to end it on maybe a inverted hammer, right? Oh, it actually still ended green. That's crazy. That's crazy. But anyways. And I made a rookie mistake. It's all good. It's all good. I'm not upset. We're in compression time, so they're having a real hard here. Let me see if I can put another one. I really don't want to add another one, but let's see if they break, retest this, what is this? This magenta, break, retest, and let's see if they reject it. This candle has 4 minutes on it. We're below the water, but we are oversold. We are oversold. Let's see if this is going to be something telling for us. If not, they're going to stall out here. Maybe this for the rest of the day. Because remember, this is a big move. This is a big move for the day. A lot of people got messed up. A lot of people got messed up on this move here. Meaning after the Nvidia earnings. So expecting too much, not a thing. If it dribbles, our low a day. Here, let me mark out low a day. Look for a break and retest a low a day. The only issue with that is 84 is right here. In 84, we already know 84 has a lot of liquidity on it. If you're chopping around in here, good luck, right? It's going to be rough. It's compression time. In a little bit, they're going to open up the floodgates again, maybe at the end of the day. But that's to be seen. Discord, you guys got anything for me? Okay. That's funny. That's funny. I like that. All right. Man, that almost made me cry. That's good. I like that. That's funny. All right, look. One last thing I want to say is that yeah, of course. I love you too, brother. But look, one last thing I want to say is It's important that we recognize when we do the hard work. We recognize that we already put in the hard work. We don't need to sit here and do this for the rest of the day like this, okay? All we're gonna do is wreck our account. That's all we're gonna do. And if we're not taking profit when we should, or one full point, if the price moves one full point, you need to start adjusting your stops, right? We need to stop expecting the big dump every time. This is a lot of movement for today, a lot of movement. So obviously there's a lot of resistance at 84.34. There's obviously a lot of resistance because people just have orders here. That's all that means. People have a whole bunch of orders here. So there's nothing to do really. This has to happen and then if this happens, you can only expect the 84.34. If we get underneath, look for this. But that's if. Otherwise, it's not unreasonable, like I said, for the market to just fizzle out sideways. Maybe hang around the 5, hang around the 20. That's not unreasonable. And the reason for that is because we had this is a big move, especially after NVIDIA earnings. So we have to be realistic. We have to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, inch by inch, whatever that shit is, all of that, okay? So I think we did really good today. Do not overtrade. I know it's still early in the day and you're like, oh, we still got plenty of time. And then you're going to look back and you're going to see a huge move. And you're like, man, I would have took that trade. I know that's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. And then that's when FOMO sets in. We have to fight this off. We have to know how to protect our account, right? The people who automatically bought whatever this morning, they don't know how to protect their account. They don't know unless they bought puts and somehow they knew that this was going to be the rug pull. Fine. But we're day trading. We are day trading. We need the data that we have available to us in right now, right here, right now. And then we use that data to our advantage. Is it going to work every time? Maybe not. But we have a record that shows it's our best bet. And we can win the war at the end of the week. Wednesdays are going to happen. Days like Wednesday wasn't even really that bad. It was choppy, right? And the chop was uncomfortable chop. It was uncomfortable, even though we kind of had the layout. Even on that break of green, remember we had a green ranger. Even though the green broke, it was so choppy. It was hard to even get 25 cents. It was difficult to get 25 cents just to find later on that it went, 2 more points. But you would have had to hold for the entire day. It's something you just had to do. And, we're day trading. Number one, we can't do that because we have theta. We have to worry about that. But number two, we want to get our money and get out. We're not swing trading, sitting here all day hoping for something to happen. Why? Now, kind of, I did here. Look, it's playing with me, right? This thing is playing with me. Man, I told myself I was gonna hold, and then look. I told myself I was gonna hold. And the reason why I'm putting up these lick boxes to show you, once we get past a certain level, you need to look the other way. If we're still in here, you're still in the play pretty much. But anyways, we're done. We're done for the day. I mean, I'm done for the day. No more analysis. I'm not talking anymore. I don't want to make you guys force you, or what is it? Not convince you, but persuade you into taking more trades. I think we won already. We already won. There's no reason to sit here and keep doing this. Hold on, let me just move this over a little bit. Now I'm curious. Now I'm okay. I told myself I was gonna find, like, you can do it, because usually I don't like holding all this time, right? I just take the money and get out. I held runners all this time for this reason right here. For this reason right here, I held those runners and it stopped me out. See, rookie mistake. I made a rookie mistake. I'm not paying attention. This is upsetting because I held them all this time. How long am I bitching? How long am I gonna bitch? Glory, did you hold? Glory, did you hold? Okay. All right, good. Hope, okay, good. See, this one was kind of easy because I'm not saying this overstay your welcome now, but it was kind of easy because look, like especially after I said the 2 green and then the red continuation, I mean, there's not much more I can do. And then we see this candle here. We knew we can get something. Especially look, the break, the retest of what? What is it? Hold on, what is this? The magenta, right? The break, the retest, the reject of magenta. This was easy. And then look, also, hold on, let me clear this up. Also look, this right here. Remember I told you this? So unless we broke this orange, there's no reason to leave your puts. You understand what I'm saying? We're still below the water. You understand what I'm saying? And but I just wanted to be able to not only gloat, but show you all me doing it too. And then I messed up. It's okay. I mean, I'm not going to complain. Look, I just wanted to give the teaching moment. And I wanted to show you that I had no fear in my voice. I wanted to show you that I had a strategy on when to exit, right? Which would have been on the break of this orange. I wanted to show you that I had a strategy when to exit, that they don't always have to work, but as long as we stick to our strategy that we do have, it's our best bet. That's all I wanted to show you. And I put this up here to show you also, hey, look, we're still in here. There's no reason to fear. That was a rhyme right there. But we're still inside here. So there's no reason to get worked up. Now, and also why I told you, if we get above this, then you need to start worrying about it. If we get above this, the 20, then you need to start worrying about it. It's okay. Anyways, Glory, don't overstay your welcome, okay? No need to be a hero. Do not be a hero. I know you love Munyon. Munyon, that's funny. Look, it's over, what is this? It's over something. It's oversold. I always get that confused. It's oversold. We're losing strength on this, okay? So don't overstay your welcome. It was a nice little move. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Come on, man. You know what, Glory? You do you. You do you, Glory. Okay. Good. Just don't overstay your welcome, right? Anyways, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, all the rest. If you want to learn how to do this, if you want some stability in your life that doesn't include your ex-girlfriend or your ex-boyfriend, you know what I'm talking about? You want something stable in your life? I have a strategy that's here. And then once you get it down, once you get a few months under your belt, you start making that a little bit of extra money, a little bit of pocket change here and there. You'll see everything's going to be different for you. Everything's going to be different. The same people you're trying to impress last month, you're not even going to look at them. You're not going to look at them the same way. You're going to be thinking, shame on me for even thinking about that person in this light. Shame on me, because they don't deserve it. Watch, everything's going to change. But, when the money changes you, you got to make sure it changes you for the good. Because what's going to do is, it's going to expose who you really are. It's going to expose the evil in you, or it's going to give you the ability to do more good. And I recommend, especially if you're taking my trades, I have a pact with God. And God said that whoever uses this to make money, you have to do good with it, or else it's going to be like the curse from The Simpsons with the monkey hand that was cut off, and every time they made a wish, it always went against them. It's going to be like that. Trust me, I know it. I do like that we had this break of this. Remember this internal lick box, the retest of the internal lick box, and maybe a rejection. I do like that. But look, we did have this here, so. Anyways, I wanted to do it I wanted to have a win story. I mean, we won for the day, but I wanted this one too, because I never hold through this type of stuff. Never. I mean, rarely do I. Usually I have to like get up and walk away, but I sat here the whole time and watched it. I already knew what was going to happen. I think Glory knew too, right? It takes a little bit of experience. You have to really like the smell of onion to really appreciate what happened here. But I wanted to, the reason why I have this lick box here, the reason why I told you, if we get above here, then you look the other way, because I wanted to give you some confidence in holding a little bit longer. Certain things need to happen before we need to look the other way. Certain things. Once, look at this money. Look at this money. Look at this money. I have to get out of here because, yeah, we already knew what was going to happen. We already knew what was going to happen. Just don't overstay your welcome. All right. 13's going to come around and then they're going to start to fade you the other way. So just, we can't be greedy. That's all I'm saying. We can't be greedy. Okay. Anyways, I love you all. Did I already say that? No. Hold on. A long time ago when I was much younger, putting hearts, I was like, I'm not putting no damn hearts. I don't know why. Something in my mind, I was like, I don't like putting hearts. But now, after I had a heart attack, it's all goody. It's all goody. I love you all, okay? If you need anything, I'm not going to be necessarily around, but I will answer any DMs. If you got anything trading-wise, strategy-wise, reach out to the OGs. If you got anything admin-wise, reach out to Rhino, okay? Anyways, it's been fun. We're going to do it again tomorrow. Oh, wait, today's Thursday, right? Okay, tomorrow, I'm probably not going to take any trades because I have my rule. So look, Monday, Tuesday, fine. Wednesday, rough. Thursday, great. We want to win the war. It's important to win the war by not over trading. I have a rule. I don't trade Fridays. So I'm probably not going to take a trade, but I'm obviously, I'm still going to chart and all that stuff for the gamblers out there who must do it, who love the munion, for all of you. So I'll still be doing that. But either way, I love you. If I don't respond, give me a minute today, or reach out to the OGs. They know what they're talking about. Okay. I love you. Have a good day. Goodbye. YouTube, it's been a pleasure. Have a good one. Goodbye.